Sawa. Kebona bana. Buta. Buta kabisa tukampanda kesho. Tumwache sasa. Tumwache na kama mwache na huyu. Mwache kabisa si kuingia. Twende kabisa Twende kabisa.
Pole kwa Charlie, slow down. We are now on our right. Namukuja pole pole. Alright. Adonga Charlie, twende.
Twende kabisa.
Ngoja sana kiasi. Wameshaondoa wa mataifa ndio na watapenda.
Twende kabisa. Wewe usonge hapo. Sawa.
Hello and what's up everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Elijah Gishoro. Thank you so much for joining me this wonderful evening. If you're new here, tap that subscribe button, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support, without which I could not be doing these videos. I am the greatest YouTuber in the Republic of Kenya, and the E in my name stands for exactly what you need. Now, President William Ruto today drove himself in a small electric vehicle from Nairobi town CBD all the way to KICC. That's the Kenyatta International Convention Center. Sorry for my sound, guys. I have a slight mild cold, but I hope you can hear me. Yeah, so he drove himself just to show commitment to the Africa Climate Summit that is ongoing at the KICC, and to show that it is actually possible for presidents to ride on electric cars. So his entire entourage was electric. His outriders were on electric bikes, and he also drove in an electric car. So this is just a commitment. This is just a show of commitment and a show of support to the ongoing efforts by global governments, by world leaders to remove or to do away with fossil fuels, which have been responsible for the destruction of our environment, particularly the air, the atmosphere. They have really contributed to the global warming, acid rain, and things like that have had a very bad and negative impact on our society. So this is the commitment by the President of the Republic of Kenya. Yesterday we saw him launch electric motorcycles. The government of Kenya has already imported over 10,000 motorcycles that will retail at 160,000 Kenya shillings. And this is a very good gesture because it shows the government's effort to continually improve on the climate. If you look at the global front, Africa actually emits the least amount of fossil fuel emissions, but suffers the worst and the brunt of these emissions. Remember, Global warming is a global phenomenon. Even if Kenya is able to control the global warming here and the emissions here, in China they are continuously industrializing their themselves and other countries. The impact is felt all over. Global warming is global warming all over. Flooding, melting of the polar ice caps, increased in the temperatures of the world and things like that. All these actually show up here. They actually show up even here in Kenya, and they don't just affect places where the emissions are coming from. And that is the worst thing about global warming. Things like famine and drought, these are things caused by the increased temperatures, changing weather patterns, and Africa, particularly Kenya, is really, really affected by drought and famine when there is a lot of sunlight. Like right now, we are witnessing very hot, scorching sun, and you'll see in 3-6 months time, it might even lead to famine. Yeah, and that is the problem about the whole global warming phenomenon. So it's a very good commitment. The youth today were at KICC giving also their commitment to the president, telling him how they presenting to the president the action plans that they are intending to take for them also to contribute to this very noble task of ensuring we don't have global warming, of ensuring that we don't have all these things that are brought about by fossil fuel. And the one thing I'm yet to understand is, despite the continued exponential growth of green energy and things like that, the prices of fuel still remain very high. And I wonder why these Arabian countries are not toning down or are not bringing down the prices of fuel and not actually making efforts towards the reduction of prices of fuel, bearing in mind that in future we are about to witness a paradigm shift from the use of fossil fuels to the use of green energy in so many areas of the world, including mobility, transportation, lighting, and things like that. Yeah, so we're waiting to see if the global oil prices will reduce and the price per barrel of oil will actually go down, because now by the advent of all these all these what do you call them, all these green energy initiatives, and there has been a lot of goodwill in terms of green energy to safeguard our planet. Remember, we don't have another planet, so if we destroy this one, then where are we supposed to go? Remember also the sustainable development goals. They say we should protect life on water and life on land, and one way to protect these areas is by ensuring that we get rid of emissions, all these bad emissions, we get rid of them so that we are able to actually control our environment from all the bad and negative things that are brought about by fossil fuel emissions. The other point is the charging spots or the charging points. One challenge about these electric vehicles, electric motorcycles, is charging, because for fuel you can get to a petrol station and charge 1-2 minutes, you're done and you're gone. But now for these others, how do you ensure that you charge on time? Sometimes you've seen cars tolling on the highway because of insufficient fuel. The fuel just ends in the highway. Maybe they have wrong gauges and things like that. And how will you charge your car in such an occurrence? We have the rural parts of this country that don't have petrol stations even. How do you charge your car in such a situation? How long does it take to charge your car? That is also a turn off. I'll expect fast charging to be 1-2 minutes, but I'm sure it's around the minimum, I guess, could be 30 minutes if I'm not wrong. So these are the issues that are there. The charging spots needs to be increased. I've seen some along Limuru Road, but so many other petrol stations don't actually have these charging spots, and that is something that is not right, because where are these people going to charge? If I live in Muranga, will I be going to Nairobi to charge my motorcycle? If I live in Busia, if I live in Kisumu, if I live at a place far away from these charging spots, I'm not going to drive or to cycle or to ride my bike all the way to Nairobi to charge it, to charge my car in Nairobi and then come back to Murang'a. Doesn't make sense. So the government should also improve infrastructure, especially through their petrol stations, even they can legislate, make sure that for every petrol station there is a charging point, and because this is what is going to improve access. Anyway, it's a step in the right direction, because eventually you're going to reach there. If the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, so eventually you're going to reach a point whereby we have enough charging spots and people are driving these cars. And also the electric car manufacturers make big cars, make the Land Cruisers of this world, the Toyotas of this world, the Mercedes. Give us luxury. Don't just give us a mobility machine. I've seen most of these e vehicles, they are just small, However, I've seen the buses are so beautiful and so spacious and so luxurious. I've seen City Hopper in Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya. I've seen these other companies called what, Embasava Sacco. They have really nice buses, and these buses are actually beautiful, and they are appealing, and even to somebody who is actually riding on them, they feel that they are riding on such a worthwhile ride, and therefore that is something nice. So as these companies come up with innovative vehicle designs, the designs people like to see, just make them electric, and also the car manufacturers partner with electric companies, so that we have the same great designs of cars, but now they are electric. I've seen their hybrid cars, which are also good. They have come up, and they are just using petrol and energy, and they are good as well. So that balance is important. Let's ensure we go electric for future generations, so that we are actually able and capable of ensuring that ensuring that we beat the emissions and we beat global warming. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching this video. This has been your guy, Evariste Ndayishimiye. Adios, and see you in my next video.